Hi, welcome to Earth Sciences. My name is John Wade. I'm the Director of Graduate Studies for this department. Now, Earth Sciences focuses on the scientific understanding of this, Earth, and other planets, and it embraces a large range of fundamental topics, including the origin and evolution of life, how climate has changed in the past and how it might change in the future, and also the nature of planetary surfaces, other planets, Mars, etc., and their interiors, as well as the processes that underlie natural hazards such as earthquakes and volcanoes.
If you'd like to study for an Earth Sciences DPhil, which is the Oxford name for a PhD, there are a few things you need to know. Here's a quick guide on how you can apply, presented by some of our current DPhil students who have had to navigate this application process in recent years.
Hi, I'm Sophia, and I'm in my third year doing a DPhil in volcanology.
Hi, my name is Fish. I'm a second-year DPhil student from Colorado studying planetary geology.
To be able to study a DPhil, there are two main things to consider. The first is the project you'd like to work on, and the second is if you need funding to support your study.
There are lots of projects listed on the department website. Each one will have a linked supervisor and will have information about eligible programs and funding.
The most important thing to do is to find a project you'd actually like to work on, and then to reach out to the linked supervisor. This connection is essential for the application process.
The supervisor can help you think about the project and how your research interests and prior experience could fit in.
They can also suggest the possible funding routes available for the project and support your application to them.
Alternatively, you can create your own project. For this, it's even more important that you contact the supervisor and discuss the feasibility of it with them.
You should start this process early, as soon as the projects are released, and start reaching out to potential supervisors so you can begin the process.
Hi, I'm Sophie, and I'm doing a DPhil in seismology.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I'm a final year DPhil student studying earthquake mechanics.
Once you have a project and have made that link with a potential supervisor, it's time to start thinking about how you will fund the study of your project.
There are lots of different ways to fund your study, which boil down to two key routes: applying directly to the Earth Sciences department, or applying to a program with funded studentships.
If you apply directly to the Earth Sciences department, you will automatically be considered for a variety of scholarships, provided you fulfill the eligibility criteria and apply before the January deadline. For example, the Clarendon Fund, the Oxford Radcliffe Graduate Scholarship, and Black Academic Futures.
You may also want to provide your own funding. This could be personal, or obtained through your government, your industry, or through a particular external scholarship. If you have this, or want to pursue this, then you should apply directly to the department.
The particular project you want to apply for may also have some attached funding from an external party or an existing grant, which we indicated on the project page.
The other route is to apply for a program which offers funded studentships. These will involve initial training and then a transfer to the Earth Sciences department at a later date. Currently, there are two programs available which are funded by UKRI, but do check the website in the future for any changes. If you're funded by one of these programs, you'll be able to carry out a project of your choice within the program's remit. However, we still recommend having conversations with supervisors prior to applying if there's a specific project you have in mind or are interested in.
Finally, there are various pots of financial support in the form of scholarships and bursaries that can cover course fees, living costs, and more. These can be found on the university's fees and funding web pages.
As you can see, there are lots of ways to find funding for your project choice, and we'd recommend applying for multiple pathways so that if one doesn't work out, you may be able to use another route.
As with the project hunting, start looking for funding and apply early so you don't miss any deadlines and can take full advantage of all the routes that are on offer.
My name's Ariane Wen, and I'm doing a DPhil in algal biogeochemistry.
Hi, I'm Bram. I'm a third year DPhil student here in the department, and I work on isotope geochemistry.
Hi, I'm Bibi. I'm a DPhil student studying experimental petrology.
Now we'll cover some frequently asked questions about the application process.
The University of Oxford has many colleges, and if you are studying for a DPhil, you'll be attached to a particular one. You can specify your preferred college on your application, or you can leave it open. You don't need to attend the same college as your supervisor.
Yes, there are various funding and course deadlines, all of which can be found on the university's web pages. Make sure to pay particular attention to funding deadlines, as these can be earlier than the course deadlines. Because of this, it's good to get your application started early if you don't already have funding secured.
You'll need references to support your application. It's good to contact your intended referees early so they know what to expect, and to submit your application early enough that they have time to submit your references, as that needs to happen before the application deadline as well.
Yes, the department recommends this. It's advantageous to apply for both the direct and the indirect entry routes. You can find information about the fee waivers on the Earth Sciences website.
Each program you can apply to will have its own requirements, so look at the specific pages to see those. Most programs are contingent on your successful completion of a previous degree, though you can apply before you finish that degree. If you're offered a place, you will need to prove your English language proficiency before your place can be confirmed. So have a look at the requirements on the application guide. Finally, it's good to give us as much information as you can, such as higher education transcripts and any relevant test results, as soon as possible so that those are on your record.
I found my project via my master's supervisor sending me the project advert. I then looked at the project on the department webpage and contacted my supervisors, and I'm funded by the Royal Society.
I'm funded by the Biology and Biotechnology Research Council, or BBSRC, on their Interdisciplinary Bioscience DTP. And then once I got to Oxford, I designed my project with my supervisor.
I'm funded by the STFC, that's the Science and Technologies Facilities Council. I found my project originally through social media and followed a link through someone's profile to an abstract that seemed within my wheelhouse, so I directly contacted the supervisor and went from there.
Earth Sciences provides opportunities to research many interesting topics that investigate our world and many others. If you'd like to be involved with cutting-edge research that affects the world around you, then do consider applying to study a DPhil at the Oxford Earth Sciences Department.
For more information, please see the graduate admissions page on our website. And remember, the first step is to find the project you're interested in and contact the supervisor. And do this as soon as possible. And we look forward to seeing your application.